Yeah, and then you're like, what did they do this?
You are listening to High Minds, the podcast where we elevate the conversation on culture, sports, politics, and entertainment. Stay tuned for a higher perspective at the intersection of everything.
What up?
What's up? It's been a minute. It's been a
little bit. It's been crazy. Busy. Good busy, though.
Already, man. It's hot here already. It's not been as hot as normal. We've only had a couple over 100. I know you guys are scorching out there already.
Yeah, the last 2 days, what was it, 109 or 10 the other day?
Woo!
And then 107, and then 92.
Well, that's nice.
Like today is like, yeah, I was driving around to the car with the windows down. So it's like it was 94 today.
This will be the first summer where my 98 Ranger does not have a working air conditioner.
Ooh, that's the worst.
It's gonna be tough.
Well, okay, so it is and it isn't, because I did it for 25 years. I drove a UPS truck. We have no air conditioner.
Oh, you don't have any air conditioners? You got a door that opens.
Yeah, it's like a blow dryer blowing on you. But you left it open because you close it. There's no airflow, and then it just gets hot. And then you're literally in an oven. You're an aluminum box, a dark box driving around in the sun. It's like it was crazy. So it would get about if it was 100, like if it was 102, 103, we'd have thermometers we'd put back there, and it would hit 140 to 150 degrees in that box. Yeah, it's just it's literally a UPS truck is an aluminum can. So
but still people leave their kids and shit like that though to this day.
It's crazy. So that's what I'm saying. So yeah, you get used. I mean, it is funny to say, but you get used to the heat, not having an air conditioner. You just kind of not having it.
I know. I'm used to it. I don't even think to turn it
on. It's like me in the truck. It's like you just you start in the morning and you kind of go with the day. As it gets hotter, you just kind of adjust. Your body's adjusting as it's going. But yeah, that's why I'd wear long sleeves, during the summer, long sleeves just to keep the sun off you, because it's the sun that kills you. You can keep shade on you and keep our uniforms were made to breathe really well and let wind, it was kind of they're fairly thin and stuff. So, but that's why.
So we could wear. Did you go with the short shorts, the brown shorts? Yeah, you got it.
I had the short shorts.
Did you?
But also they made them different lengths. So if you see guys wearing, UPS, if you see a guy wearing the short shorts, it's not because that's all they offer. Like, oh, this is all they give me. No, you ordered those. You have to you order. You can say long or short.
The secrets of the trade.
So it's like you want to look like that, Mike.
I'd go with them. I'd go with the booty shorts. That should be fun.
Yeah, the short shorts. I didn't like because it just showed when you sit, they creep really high, and then your legs are touching it. Yeah, but then your legs are touching the seat. You're rubbing on the seat.
Oh yeah, that's not comfortable.
And no, it's not. And when you're doing 190 stops in a day in and out of that seat, and because every time you sit, they go.
You're gonna be chafing.
So I'm like, no, I need the long shorts, and I like them because I always wipe my hands on them too. It's like having long because you're always sweating and stuff. So it's like having the short shorts. I was like, no, it was just like you're rubbing your legs getting all dirty. It looks better on TV and film and skits.
Yeah, skits. Yeah, like a
in reality, it's like no. Yeah, reality, we're wearing like long shorts, more skin you want to cover, especially in the summer. And then like a lot of guys you'll see wearing long sleeves because it keeps you cooler. Yeah. So I know we're like that.
Cool. What's new with the tattoo shop, man?
Oh,
big news, right? You're going to be official soon, right?
Yeah, we acquired our LLC today, and our.
Oh, you did today? Okay.
Yeah, no, we did that this morning. We were doing all that this morning. Got our LLC and our tax ID number, and bank next week to open the account, and
it's always
looking
fun.
at places. Yep, looking at places. So, Houndstooth Tattoo is going to be a thing. It's coming. We're still a few months out. Probably still like at least 5. Looking at December, January. We want to be open by January. That's our goal, January 1st, 2026. But we need to acquire a place within the next 2 months.
Yeah, and then retrofit it and do all that shit.
Build out, and then you have health department. You have all these things in health departments. Not just you call them up and say, "Hey, I need to come get inspected." Like, "Oh, we'll be right over." It's, we'll see you in 2.5 months.
Right.
So it's like as soon as we get all this stuff and our LLC done and business account and all that stuff, we're going to call and actually just make an appointment. As soon as we get a place, we're making an appointment.
Mm-hmm.
And then hopefully 2 months out, and by that time, we're looking at about 3 months. We're hoping to get at least 3 months of just build out time. Take our time doing it.
Well, it's still exciting. Lots to do.
Scary as hell, but it's exciting. And it's.
So are you partners, 50-50 partners with this other guy? Is that what it is?
Yeah. So we're looking at probably a private studio.
What does that mean?
So it means like no walk-ins. We won't have walk-ins. It means like you can't. I mean, you can come in and say, "Hey, I want to get a tattoo," and hey, what do you want? That I will work with someone, but appointment only. Mm-hmm. So you're not going to get people walking in going, "Oh, can I get that off the wall, flash off the wall," and stuff like that.
Yeah,
we're not going to be one of those shops. Like that's what a lot of like strip shops, obviously, because it's tourist people.
You're gonna get and you're gonna do the flash for $100 or whatever.
Yeah, we're not going to be it's going to be a private. We're still thinking about it. For the artist and the level we want, like, he's been doing it for 15 years. So he's like, for what he does in geometric, like he's at the top of his, in Vegas, he's one of the, the top guys in geometric tattooing. And so that's kind of the shop he's bringing, is just fucking just killer artists, like artists that are booked out. Like he's already booked out till I think October or November. So he's, booked till then. So that's why with the shop, if we're having artists like that are just, it's the guys you see the color artists that we're going to talk and do and stuff, and their stuff is fucking phenomenal. Like it's stuff you like on how is that a tattoo kind of stuff. So those guys are booked out. You don't get a tattoo from those guys by walking in and saying, "Hey, can I get a tattoo by you?" Like, go to some of those guys are booked out 6 months, some of them a year out. You want to get a tattoo next year from them, it's booked now for next year. So
are the tattoo artists that you used to see like on those shows like Kat Von D and all them? I know they're good. That's not my question.
Yeah.
I guess my question, are they more equivalent to like in the food world, like a celebrity chef? It doesn't mean Gordon Ramsay's the greatest chef of all time. It just means he's the greatest celebrity chef that you've heard of.
So those, so actually funny with those shows, the shop where my business partner was at, where I got my work done, was a guy that was on those shows multiple times. He came back as a like all-star. So that was his show here in his store here in Vegas. And those guys are phenomenal artists. They are phenomenal artists. There's a lot of phenomenal artists in tattoo world. There's a lot. So it's those guys that are on are they the best in the world? No. there's some guys on there that probably shouldn't have been on the show. I'm obviously like anything, there's people that get on because, for multiple reasons. But for the most part, yeah, those guys, any of those people that are on those shows, yeah, they're. But it's also it's like kind of like that world of like music a little bit. You got like a Drake and a Kendrick kind of vibes from different artists, and you have some tattoo artists that are there just to make as much money as they can and do the quickest, fastest. Like they're just there to just pound them out tattoos.
Yeah, and like your favorite tattoo artist is different than your favorite tattoo artist's favorite tattoo artist, if you feel me.
Yeah.
Like there might be some underground people that are like, everyone in the industry is like, no, that's the guy. You might think, someone might. This motherfucker is.
Yeah, and so it's just kind of the same thing in that world. You have the shops most shops are the walk-in shops because they'll take anything and everything, and there's plenty of those shops everywhere. That's like I said, that's the vibe. So that's why we're thinking of just going straight private. Because
if you have the right artist, everyone's going to have their own following and their clients, and
it makes it a lot of artists like to that level, like where he's at. They prefer those shops, obviously, because they come in. It's the vibe. The nice thing with the private shop is you set as the shop owner, you set the vibe of what you want your shop to be. It's your shop. When you have walk-in shops, things like that, there's so many other things to think about with stuff. But with this, it's what you want. The people are there who you want. They're already booked out. They're not trying to get clientele. They're not trying to hustle like for appointments every day. And they want a cool, chill, hangout vibe where, we want a shop to be like people come by and just hang and do stuff. So we're going to have areas like, it's going to be the vibe we want at the shop's going to be a cool vibe, like a family vibe. And that's hard to find in the tattoo world. Like my partner, he's getting older and he's wanting to start a family in the next few years and stuff. So he's not, the tattoo life, how what people think of tattoo life is just, degenerates and just party and, tattoo all day and then go party all night in Vegas and wake up at, go to bed at 5 a.m. and then, because our shop will probably open at noon, it'll probably close like at 8. It'll close at 8. It'll close whenever everyone's done tattooing, but like the official business hours. but that's that, that vibe people think, but no, we'll do stuff. We want to, but we want to do it like at more of a family vibe, the artists, because a lot of the artists that we want and stuff have families, they have kids. They're in that age group where they have kids and stuff. So they're living that life.
Yeah. We ain't young, my man.
Live that tattoo life. No. So that's kind of the shop vibe. So more low key, more relaxed, more chill. We're not like some tattoo shops you walk in, like music's just going and it's like, you just have like a lot of young guys, young artists. Like it's just a different vibe. It's just something different. You're just like I want to go to a shop where I can chill, relax, listen, talk to people, talk to other artists, listen to people. I'd rather listen and talk to people than listen to screaming, yelling fucking music.
Yeah. Well, I was I like Victory. I loved Kit, but every time you go in there, it's just like, okay, every day is just punk rock.
Yeah, and it's and I get it. It's like I don't mind some, but
that was
like
their thing.
When it's in some places like it's just loud and like people, it's just I don't like I don't mind if music's playing shit, but it doesn't have to be just blaring where you're like having to yell at each other to talk to your art.
Let me ask you this: you had mentioned learning how to do some of it. Do you think you'd ever be able to be good enough where you would trust to give me a little tattoo?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna get to the point where I'm gonna tattoo. I'll tattoo, but it's gonna be rare. It's gonna be like it'll just be. I'm gonna learn how to do it. I'm gonna, definitely. It'll be a while before I start doing that till the shop gets going a little bit. Where I have, where I don't have to, where I'm finally getting going. But no, definitely, I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna learn everything. I want to learn how to because I want to learn.
I'll save my tattoo. I'll save my butthole for you. You could tattoo my butthole.
Yeah. What do you want? A starfish? A sea star?
A sea star.
But yeah, see, for me, it's although we're looking at getting some things for things like this, but like physically, my back, my knees, sitting in these positions and squatting for 3-4 hours at a time. Like doing this podcast is sitting in this chair. That's why I move a lot. I can't sit still because I sit still. My body just like my back starts to like I'm just fragile.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing. And like, having carpal tunnel surgery twice. So and nerve damage. That sucks. I don't have full so it's hard having to be that meticulous trying to tattoo, and you don't have, because every now and then my hand goes still a little tiny bit numb.
Yeah, you're gonna have to be the shop owner
so
that's always like moving
Yeah.
around. You're gonna be sweeping. You're gonna be rolling around.
Yeah, I'm gonna be doing whatever. Well, I'll be doing myself. So that's the thing I'm gonna be doing a lot there is the photography stuff. Because we want to get our Instagram page down. Like I have it. I just haven't. As soon as we go, we'll build it. But consistency, make it look like I'm buying.
Yeah, with social media. Like if you guys make enough money, my recommendation to you as a business owner would be like if you have the revenue and the profit and the margins and you have money to spend, get a good social media person, because that would be huge that would be a great investment. We had one at Choir, but we don't bring in the revenue to they could be expensive. But that would be probably the first person we hire if we get to that spot, would be someone to really go after the social media.
Yeah, because it's a job. It's a job.
It's a full job.
And so that's what I'm going to be doing now. A lot of that. I'll be doing a lot of the social media stuff because I'll have time in the shop to do things. But I'm going to be there. I'm going to be with my camera. And that's the whole thing he wanted to bring into it too, is the photography stuff end of it, especially with tattooing now. Is having consistency. That's why I want we're making a spot for photo. We're doing all these things. There's so many plans and shit we want to do.
I wonder if you should take a course, because I know you could take courses on social media too, because it's very it's very RPG, like a video game. Like you have to play it a certain way, otherwise and if you don't, you're gonna fight against yourself.
You have to. That's why you'll see. I mean, you literally have to use. It comes down to the songs you use.
Sure, exactly.
Using obscure songs oh, I love this song. It's my favorite song. But you and only 50,000 people know this song.
Right.
It's not going to get in algorithms. People aren't going to see it because of the song. So you have to that's why you go on there and you look how many. Oh, this song's been streamed 480,000 times. Okay, I'm using that one, even though you may not love it, and you're going, why am I doing this sometimes? But when you're doing stuff like that, that's why you'll see some bit why are they using this song? Because it's a popular song right now, and it's hitting right now everywhere.
It's hitting.
And people will see it. It'll get in algorithms because people will like that song, and people will watch videos with that song. And then what's going to pop up when and next thing you know, you're using that same song, so it's going to come through their feed. It's all about trying to weasel into algorithms, and so it's learning the social media end of it. That's. I'm very starting to get into that. Yeah. So I'm just picking up on things and watching things. And there's a lot of things to watch. And there's actually a lot of good people to watch. I'm surprised.
Oh, I'm sure.
That do it. And it's it makes sense when you do it. And then once you actually kind of do it a little bit, you'll start seeing some uptick.
You'll see some. Okay. Yeah, it's just consistency. You just got to watch out for the people, because I know people who are I know there's people out there who are hey, here's how you're going to make it as this. Here's how you're going to sell a bunch of books. And I'm
Yeah.
I've seen how many books you sold, and I don't know if the plan's working.
Yeah. It's really social media. The biggest thing with social media is the number one thing in social media is consistency. That's the biggest thing, is being consistent. You have to do a post minimum once a day, and then your stories pretty much have to be constant. The ones that disappear, you don't want to that's the thing, is over posting. You don't want to bombard people with your post, because people are fuck this, god damn it, every time I'm scrolling, I'm seeing your post, when you're scrolling through, but the stories are no big deal. They can just swipe or click them real fast and they're done. But it's the post, so it's learning to do okay, maybe one post a day, maybe stuff like that, little things.
But again, you're talking a full-time job, though. This is I don't got time to do that
crazy.
Shit.
I know.
If you're
crazy.
Creating the thing, marketing the thing, doing the social media, you literally need to clone yourself and have yourself as an assistant.
Yeah. Just watching and learning all this stuff. I've been watching. You see these people I've been following this kid on YouTube that's been starting from the very beginning of nothing, and watching him. And I've been following him just for this, watching what he does. And he talks about it. He'll show you his analytics. He'll show you everything, his money he's making. And now this kid has an Audi R8, and this is what he does. He has these cars, but this is his channel. His channel is the cars.
Mhm.
So he's learned how to use these cars. Like he literally owns these cars cash. Like, I mean, he obviously payments, but he's throwing down 60, 70,000 on them, but it's his business. So he's using these cars to make content, and these videos are getting, he's getting 80 to 100,000 views per video. And then every now and then he'll get like 1 million. One will go viral, one will hit. But he's, and now to the point where he's making money.
You would think that'd be a lot of money, but it's really not. And it's for the amount of work, though. That's the thing. It's a lot of work.
He'll show you his like his numbers and what he's making, but it's watching how. But this is what I'm saying. This is where he's like smart. This is what I've been learning is how he took that platform. He's not using YouTube to make his money. That's just his YouTube's just his voice. His channels is his voice. He does. This is where his merch drops. He does a lot of these different things. He does like merch. So he'll do like 3 merch drops a year, and he makes his shirts of these cars. He'll only keep these cars for like a year and boom, get another one. And then next year has 3 more merch drops for that car. So he'll drop, he'll do like a 3,000, 4,000 shirt, different items drops, and he'll sell them out. And from that drop, like that's how he got his R8. And that's he's all how do you think I had my R8? He's all, how do you think I had, $75,000 cash to put down on this R8? It was that was his profit from his merch, from that one drop. And he'll go put that on the car, use that car in videos. In his video, like he says, a month, he's making like $2,400 to $5,000 a month off YouTube for his videos. But he's also putting out, this is what he was saying. That's what I'm saying I've been watching the social media side of how he does it. But he's like, he does another channel of like just what he does for a day. And it's like, even the days he doesn't post, he's working all day editing to post. To post. So he's like, these videos I make, and these people, and this is what's crazy is because people want to be now. They don't want a video that happened 3 days ago. They want a video that was just from last night.
It's crazy.
Or earlier that so when he does his videos, he goes home and like edits to like 3 a.m. to get that video out, to post it early at like 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. when people want. So it's like, it's that stuff. It's those things. And it's like, that's why a lot of these channels, a lot of these people are unsuccessful. But to see that and you're like, well, fuck, it is. So that social media part is a grind.
The answer is merch. Then we need to come up with some sick tees.
You can.
Does he do basically t-shirts?
A lot of it. Yeah, he'll do like just like 3 t-shirts, and then he'll do like keychains, these cool keychain like things, and like skateboard decks. He was doing the skateboard decks for production, pretty fucking cool. You do like
that's cool.
100 skateboard decks, and they were actually really cool. How they do them and stuff to hang on the wall. But that's what I'm saying. It's that stuff. But that's what I was just watching this kid this whole time of him just doing, but so many other things with social media platforms, and he'll tell you how he's doing it. He's all, this is what you got to do. He's all, if you want to be successful, he's all, you have to post every day. You have to throw your YouTube channel out at least 3 to 4 times a week. It has to be consistent. He's all, you can't miss. You miss 1 week, it messes up your analytics. It drops you. It's like having to work back up again. So it's like, that's why the consistency is so well. He's like, as soon as you say you go on vacation for 10 days, if you don't post for those 10 days, it's like it drops you. And it's like climbing back. So it's like you have to build it back up to get to the back in those algorithms and stuff again. Because fuck, the internet don't stop.
You gotta preload them. And schedule your shit out.
And that's what's funny when I hear, like when we're watching videos and like, you hear older people like, oh, man, I should just start a channel and just go to the store and look what I did and post it and make a bunch of money. Like that's how. I'm like, well, you can. That's what I was telling you. You can do that. You can do that. There's nobody in the world right now telling you you can't do that. You can do it. Go you have a camera in your hand, go do it, go to the store, edit it, post it, and then do that every day. And have to be at least 30 minutes of content you have to find every day. Like, that's the hardest part. How do you find content? As a content creator, that's the hardest part. Imagine having to find something daily to like do.
Yeah, it's like, I guess there's always something, I guess, but you always have to, the thing is, it's like, you have to redefine yourself over and over too. You have to,
and you have to make it interesting for people to watch.
Right, and then you can't get stagnant. You can't just be like, oh, I did this one thing that was successful, so I'm going to repeat it. That only goes so far. You got to. It's the same thing with musicians. Same thing with like a writer. You always have to be evolving.
And that's what it's hilarious to hear people say that it's it's not a job. It's easy. It's like, no, you're just upset that a younger generation found a way to make a lot of money and not do it your way. Not do it the traditional, not the traditional go to work, go punch in a clock, punch out a clock. You're upset that they can go and film videos and look like they're having fun and playing.
Yeah, you shouldn't be mad at them. Like the things we're mad at is wild. Like the amount of energy we spend on being mad at the wrong people. Like we're mad at
it's crazy.
Like we're always mad at the athletes for how much money they make. Oh, they're playing a game. It's like, you don't got nothing to say about the billionaire who owns the place. Like that's weird. Like you're mad at you think. I was listening to Bill Burr. I don't listen to many podcasts, but I was listening to Bill Burr, and he was like going off on like, you can't be mad at the immigrants are not, whatever you think about it, they can't be the reason you aren't making enough money to make your ends meet. Like that's not the reason things are expensive. Like you're mad at the wrong people. Like we've been like so mad at each other.
But the funny part is about that, the people that you should be mad at are the ones that are telling you to be mad at those people.
That's exactly it. Yes, they're the ones. It's always like rich people saying what's wrong with it and who you should be mad at.
And
it's like we need to realize,
let's kill them, and then you kill them. Then you kill them and go, "Where's my money?" And then they tell you. By that time, they've told you 5 other lies, and you're like, "Oh, off to that lie!"
Off to the next
they're running, and then all of a sudden, every now and then, one of them goes, "Wait a minute, guys," and strays off the pack. Every now and then you get one of those, but for the most part, these people are just heading straight for that cliff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's wild. It's wild to see. Yeah. Same thing with athletes. You get mad at athletes. You get mad at actors. Like I am not mad at an athlete that even athletes that will hold out on a contract and not show up.
I'll be mad if it's on my team and you're my favorite player.
Yeah, I mean you're not mad that you're not playing, but you know what? At the end of the day, I'm sorry. This is his job. This is his livelihood. This guy can go out there in the first game and blow out his knee and be done the rest of his career at the age of
Did you see Halliburton? 26. What happened to that? Did you see what happened to him?
Yeah,
man.
It was ACL, and that's Achilles. So that's what I'm saying. You never know when something like that is going to happen, and it happens so often in those sports. So if this guy didn't fight for that extra, over his guaranteed, and a lot of it's guaranteed money that they're wanting. Now they have at least guaranteed money. Before they didn't have any of that.
Mm-hmm.
So so if this guy can get an extra $5 million in guaranteed money, and he goes out and he ends up blowing out his his knee and he's done, his career's over at 27 years old. Well, at least he's guaranteed he's made an extra $5 million for him and his family to survive. Because a lot of these guys, what happens? They get, what's the average lifespan of the NFL? It's like 3.5 years.
It's like 3 years, something like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So
you're done by 25, guys, 26.
Yeah, and then most of those guys, they're on a rookie contract. That's the worst part.
Yeah, your rookie contract's 5 years, right? I mean, for a lot of them.
And you're only making, I don't even know what you're making in the NFL. I don't even know what a rookie it's in the hundreds of thousands, I think. Like
even if it's $1 million, you're getting taxed 50% probably. Plus, then you're paying your agent. Plus, you're all these people.
Mm-hmm. That's why people will talk about this. Is what I don't understand also is, I guess some of it because endorsement money and stuff, but like players' money, you pay. There's a jock tax. I never knew that. You ever hear about a jock tax? Yeah, it's jock tax. So you get, so when you play, say you live in, I live in Nevada, I don't pay state tax. But when I play in California, I have to pay state tax. So because they get paid per game.
Right.
So
on the road, when you're on an away game,
when you're on a road, you pay their state tax.
Wow.
Because you're making money.
You're making the money in their state. Okay. Well.
Yeah. So it's a jock tax.
I mean.
So if you're making, say you're making, how many games do they have? 16. So you made $16 million a year. You make $1 million a game. So if you go to New York or wherever, Tennessee, you're paying their state tax on that $1 million. Mm-hmm. You go to California, you're paying California state tax on the $1 million.
So I guess the same thing would be true for musicians when they're on the road.
Mm-hmm. There's probably some kind of tax. Yeah, I think you pay the tax whatever state you're working.
Wherever
you
pay
their state tax, wherever you're making the money.
That makes
so
sense.
If you're touring,
it actually makes sense.
Yeah, but I never even thought of that though. You think because that's like, well, look at they're making $16 million. They don't have to pay state tax on it.
Right.
Well, they do when they play at home. They don't.
Right.
But not endorsement money, all of that stuff. That's different. Although that's I think wherever you're in your residence. But Yeah, but I never knew that. And I never knew there was a name for it, a jock tax. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
shit.
So it's not an extra tax. It's just
the
rules of where you make your money.
Yeah, it's you have to pay the state tax of where you play.
Gotcha.
That's what I never knew. I was like, oh, damn. So
hey, let's take a quick break and
yeah,
we'll be right back.
But it makes sense.
It makes sense. I think so. Oh man, I like that. I like that pen that I have. What do we have? Green Crack. It's called
Green Crack. The names are hilarious on some of these things.
Some of the strains are funny.
I've been. I like the Gary Payton. I've been smoking the Gary Payton when I go and get flower.
Gary Payton, the glove.
It's his strain. I'll get some Gary Payton.
He was the glove, right? The glove.
Was he? Yeah, I don't know.
Defensive player of the year.
Yeah,
Gary Payton. Yeah, a bunch of times. Yeah, he was Supersonics. I heard they're bringing the Supersonics back, right? Are they bringing the Supersonics back?
So supposedly they're going to expand. They want to expand the league by 2 teams, and supposedly it's supposed to be Seattle Supersonics and Las Vegas.
I'm cool with the course Vegas. I mean, I love the Sonics. Sean Kemp back in the day.
Yeah. So that was the word on the streets because you got LeBron and Shaq wanting a piece of the team here. So I don't know because you have the A's just broke the ground on their stadium. So
Sacramento A's, your Sacramento A's.
Yeah, so they just broke ground yesterday. They had a big thing about it. So they just broke ground here. So it's apparently starting to be built. So. And then now, NBA is going to follow because every single professional sports here and NBA will not going to let that go. They're going to want a piece of the pie here. Did you see what WrestleMania WWE did?
No.
So they just had WrestleMania. WrestleMania is their Super Bowl. It's the biggest thing every year. And they just had it in Las Vegas this last year. And then I think New Orleans was supposed to be the next place.
Okay.
I thought, or the rotation, because they're just like Super Bowls. They go to different cities, and they just came out and said, we're gonna go back to Vegas. We're going back to Vegas next year, so we're gonna have WrestleMania again in Vegas. And then I heard there might be talks of it just being in Vegas. The Super Bowl, I was hearing the same thing. You have the Super Bowl that bounces around everywhere. Now Vegas is in the mix. They got thrown into the rotation, so we're supposed to have another Super Bowl here in a couple years. So it's like they're having more and more of these huge events here now. And it's like, it's turning into it's like shifting to this weird, Vegas is just this weird place now. It's like turning into the sports,
experience. It makes sense because of you got the sports betting.
Yeah.
You have all
once they open that box, that was it. All the sports came because that's why they weren't here ever before, because of sports betting and gambling.
Mm-hmm.
Once they allowed, hockey was the first one, basically. Big,
really?
The Golden Knights were they had, I think, other sports, but major sports. They had maybe minor league teams.
Yeah, you're gonna have one in all four. Once if the NBA goes there and the A's, you're gonna have the big four.
They're gonna follow. They're not gonna allow. We already have all the minor league teams. Yeah. Their minor league teams have been here. So you're going to have that. We have professional volleyball. We have a professional volleyball team, the Thrill. We have professional indoor. We have professional lacrosse, minor league, minor league baseball, minor league hockey. We have the Las Vegas FC. They're a club. club team, soccer to club team.
Oh, yeah, they're not in. I don't think they're in the MLS.
They're like
they're in the other.
No, yeah, they're kind. I think they're like, remember like the Chico Rooks. I think like
they're
that
above
level
that
maybe.
though. No, I think they're probably above. They're probably with like Sacramento has a team, Sacramento United or whatever.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know.
They're like below MLS. Rooks would have been below that.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah,
Rooks I think was like a step above. I think, or like college at the time. Of college didn't pay.
Yeah. Well, although what's his name? I think played there. There was a striker.
Chris Wondolowski.
There he is.
Wondolowski.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was actually. That was the most famous. Yeah, he played for Chico for a season, I think, a season or two for the Rooks.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so it's like it's just there's so many sports teams out here now, and it's just turning that way. Like the NBA summer leagues here, you have WNBA now here. Yeah, because all the like preseason basketball's here.
Basically, you probably could have a sporting event every fucking night almost if you wanted.
Pretty close, and then you have UNLV. UNLV's trying to. They're now that I think it's becoming more of a sports kind of town a little bit. You're starting to see this shift of a lot of sports things. UNLV's starting to finally trying to get some like big coaches back to make football because they're playing in Legion. Mm. So in this state-of-the-art stadium now, which they're starting to attract some teams. You're starting to see some big teams like, well, shit, we'll come and play out there.
We want to play there. Yeah, we want to play there. Back in the day, they could play ball though. They could play basketball. They were good basketball.
They were. They have and they're still, they're okay. They're good, but they're getting better. They have the Mac Center, but so they have UNLV, and if UNLV football. Last year they had their best season I think ever. They made the playoffs or almost made the playoffs, but they were ranked. They were actually ranked like 24 in the nation at one point. It was like going, holy shit! And that UNLV hasn't had that I think ever.
Yeah.
So, and now they just picked up. I guess I suppose they spent some money and got a good coach, a big coach. Once the word gets out, you get a coach and start getting a program. These young players and the NIL money, if you can start getting some NIL money coming through Vegas, you'll see all of a sudden UNLV be a place where these guys want to go because they're going to play in them state-of-the-art facilities. You're going to play in a professional football stadium when you're at home. You're going to have play teams because you're going to have teams that are going to want to play at home. Like they played, I think, Michigan 2 seasons ago. Last year they played Notre Dame in Notre Dame, I think. So they're starting to play a big team here and there. So if they can start picking up a couple of those, preseason games like that, I was thinking about getting season tickets to them. They're fairly, for like $300, I can get a season ticket. And like that's pretty cheap. Get decent seat. And if you're going to have like a, I think the year before when Syracuse was making the run, they had Syracuse play here. Mm-hmm. So you're getting those big teams, but they played Nevada, Fresno, I think, stuff like that. That's their like league.
Yeah.
So
UNR.
Yeah. But there supposedly could be, I don't know. College football is weird. I don't know what's going on with the leagues and stuff.
Yeah, it's weird.
So I don't know. That's what it's kind of getting weird. It's just different. It's just changing out here. And a lot of old people, the older people don't like it. The gamblers, the Vegas Strip people, which is working out for locals, which is nice because now we're finally starting to get deals. Your casinos are starting to do deals like, stay 2 nights and get, the Circa on
for locals only though.
No, for everyone.
Oh,
but it's just nice being local to take advantage of all this like these deals now. It's like hell yeah, because like the Circa we went to, that's where we got our tag. I have to when we're out here in July. I got to cash them. I still have them. Haven't cashed them yet.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, they're good for a year.
They're good for a year. All right. Well, we were out in November, right?
Yeah. So in July we'll go cash them out. But like that hotel, like right now they're doing 2 nights rooms, and then you get $100 credit at a restaurant, any of their restaurants, food credit, and they have a good steakhouse. And then $100 bar credit. So whatever, there's certain bars you can get, you have to, because people go, oh, you get to go to a machine. Yeah, you have to sit in a machine. You have to wait 15 minutes to get a damn, it's not like it used to be like, just go to a bar, you have $100 credit, all that. And then you have, at the pool, they have the stadium swim pool, that big ass pool, awesome pool. You get a free like day bed, which holds like 4 people. for the day, which is usually $350 minimum, which means you just have to spend $350 and you get that bed. But with this, you could go in there and just drink water and not pay anything and just enjoy the pool and shit and then sleep. For all that, 2 nights, all that stuff for $400. So it's like you're starting to get deals like that and this hotel's a 21 and older hotels too, so no kids running around, none of that stuff. So you're starting to get stuff like that.
Cigarettes, baby.
Yeah. Strat right now has a $49 deal straight. That's fees, taxes, everything.
$49,
which is cheap at the Strat, and you get 2 free tickets to go to the top.
What about the D?
The D right now, right now I think a room is $71. You know what the D stands for? No, that's I haven't got the room yet because I'm waiting to see if they're going to do any deals.
Sure.
But you know what the D stands for? I found this out. I never knew. I was always wondering what from the other day. I was watching a video and like going, "Oh shit, it's simple. It's dumb. It's dumb. It's Derek. It's the guy that owns the places. He owns the D. He owns the D. He owns Circa, and he owns Californian or something like that. One of those. But the D is.
I bet he's a bit of a douchebag. He's got to be.
I don't know. Things I've interviewed. I don't know. A lot of these, the owners on the Fremont side of the strip. A lot of those owners are actually, they've interviewed them. A lot of them are pretty cool because they have to be, because if not, no one's going to come there. The douchey's got pretty much the strip are like kind of the old douchey dudes, the strip guys. They're like the Fremont, Fremont right now is popping because they're becoming affordable. They're doing deals. They're doing a lot of stuff for like locals. They're doing things where the strip's kind of hurting right now. Tourism's down. Flights from like Canada. Oh my gosh. Canada is putting a hurting on Vegas.
Oh, they just like, we're not coming.
Yeah. Planes coming in. Planes coming in they've canceled multiple flights, but also when they're coming in, 30 people on a flight.
Really? That
normally are full. Yeah, it's for sure taking a hit here, big time.
Have to. I mean, you still got the big rollers that keep the money flowing.
They do, but even those guys are not spending. That's why. Well, that's why you're seeing these deals because since COVID, Vegas has just been booming. Like the numbers, the flights, the people coming in, the profits, everything has just been doing this. And everyone here has just been waiting for like, when's this going to stop? Like everyone's like going, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And it hasn't.
Well, when dipshit becomes president.
And now it's happened. So that's why you're getting all these deals now. Because before, that's why food is all the prices, everything's been going up. Because for the most part, a lot of these strip casinos, they don't care about you. Honestly, they don't. They care about the handful of whales that come in every week. That's where they're making their money. They're not making money off you, Sally, on your $100. I spent $1,000 there this weekend. They don't care. They wipe their ass with the $1,000. They want fucking, Bob Randolph of that comes in and he's your $1,000 for the weekend. He's gonna come in and drop $4 million.
What are the high stakes tables like start at per bet?
It depends on which casino, but
just like the upper echelon, like the upper echelon.
It'd be Wynn and stuff like that. So let's say you go into the Wynn, you go in just to play blackjack. One hand at the regular table, blackjack on a Saturday night. Yeah, I want to play blackjack. You're going to probably find the cheapest minimum on blackjack. I would guess what I've heard between $25 and $50 a hand, probably 50. I think it'd be more close to 50 on a Saturday night. You're probably looking between something like that, 20, per hand. If you go into now, that's at the Wynn. So your VIP, you're probably looking at minimum bet $250 up minimum, and those guys don't bet minimum bets.
Well, no, that's just minimum.
They have max, like they only let them bet so much. They'll be like, you only can bet, 25,000 hand. Like Dana White. Dana White's a huge gambler, huge blackjack player.
Can't imagine.
And he'll bet. He has to get permission, but these guys spend so much money. They know everyone, so they do. The guys that literally are running the place are down there with them playing.
They'll bet like 1,000, 10,000 a hand.
Oh, they'll bet anywhere to 100,000 if they'll let them. There'll be nights where he'll win, 3 million, but the next night he'll lose, 2, 4, But these guys, it's just a different thing with this when you have that money. But that's what I'm saying. They don't care about, you complaining that I'm never going to come back again. You just lost $2,500 a year from me, sir.
The customer.
They at this time when everything's doing this, they're doing this. See you later. That's why there's been no sales. There's been nothing. And then now this is the problem though. This is what happens. So this is the funny part. This is the hilarious part of all of this. Is you have these owners that own these casinos and all this. They're billionaires. They're all billionaires. So they're all buddy with the president. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're gonna get tax cuts. We're gonna make so much more money. Our money back. We're gonna get to keep so much money. We're getting all these tax cuts. Yeah, we'll vote for you. We're gonna vote for whoever. They do. Woo! They get all happy. And then all of a sudden, shit goes the other way. Now all of a sudden they're going, okay, well, we got the taxes, but these tariff
revenue's way down.
Well, hold up. Yeah, hold up. What are these tariff things? Wait. You didn't say anything about these tariff things, like all of this stuff. Like, well, I said you're gonna do it, yeah, but not like this, like what he did. So now all of a sudden you have places like Wynn and multiple Mirage has altered their casino and everything, and Wynn just canceled their refurbishment, all this stuff due to tariffs because of the rising cost of everything. So they stopped. The Mirage is going to Hard Rock. They reconfigured a lot of things. They cut down so many suites to add more single rooms because they're needing to make more money to make up for the tariff cost of building materials. So they lost they're eliminating 26 suites or more, something more than that cutting those in half to make double rooms and then they're removing a pool. And some of these are just changes they're doing. But when you start removing suites and adding more rooms, it's because you need to have more revenue space. They eliminated closets, like the closets for the housekeeping, so they make more room so they can add another room. That's how they need to figure out how do we make this money up. You have nerds that are sitting with numbers going, well, you need to have this many rooms. We need to sell them for this much to make your money back. So we need to make more rooms now. So they just added more, cut suites and make more room. So all of this stuff is happening now, and they're just going, whoa, and their numbers are going down and everything. Now all of a sudden they're going, well, we love you guys now. Oh, come back. We'll give you all these deals. And you have a lot of people here going, and that's why they're going to the Fremont Street. They're going to the Fremont Street. They're going to that shit. The local stuff, local casinos again are starting to pop again. And the strip
I wonder if we can as a society do that. If we can collectively say fuck you to the big corporations and really, but it's hard too because I mean, most of the time when you do local, it's more expensive. That's what sucks is if you shop local at a local grocery store, if you shop, I mean, sometimes the farmer's market, you can get it as cheap, but a lot of times the big corporate things are cheaper. And you're like, well, for a lot of people, that's not a possibility. If you're paycheck to paycheck, if you're on a fixed income,
there are literally people that do. They have $125 for groceries that week. That is all they have. They can't go over. We can't. If it's 126, they have to put something back. They can't go, oh, it's fine. No,
that's whatever.
That's how when I grew up, that's how we lived. So now if you're spending $125 a week and all of a sudden groceries are 10 more percent, it's only $15, but that's $15 of food now, and they're already getting less food because the prices of everything went up. So now you're having to buy less, and then now the price went up. So now you have to put in back even more. So you're already buying less. Now you have to put back more. So that's just more food out of your it's that stuff. And there are millions of people that live like that. And I was, I was like that growing up forever. So it's
that's why it's frustrating when people bet like Dana White bets. I'm cool with people having wealth and things like that. But when there's such a gap and there's so many people in a gap, it's you bet millions of dollars on just a random Tuesday and some people can't even buy food. That's crazy. That's not a very healthy country.
Well, and you want to know what's crazier is so there's these other guys that are they do slot live streams. They do slot machines. And they just film them in millions of views online on YouTube. And there's a guy out here, Vegas Matt. I've seen him a couple times. We've seen him in a casino a few times. And this guy, these guys now, the card games, you're watching them play this amount of money, but they're chips and they're not, they're chips. It just looks like, you're throwing a bunch of chips around, like when you're watching the World Series of Poker, $500,000 in. That's not real. They're not really putting $500,000. It's just 500,000 in chips, whatever. So when you're watching those, it's like, yeah, they're betting that money, but it doesn't feel like it. It's not like the cash is getting pushed.
Right. So
slot machines, though, you're seeing the values, you're seeing the dollar amounts, and you're watching them put the vouchers in. You know, we're putting in, $5,000 of this machine, and they're betting, $1,000 a spin, $2,500 a spin. And I watched Vegas Matt lose $200,000 in a couple hours in slot machines.
Damn.
And then he'll hit like a jackpot. He's like, boom! Well, I just hit a $35,000 jackpot. He's like, oh well, I'm only $165,000 down. It's like, fuck. But you just hit a $35,000. But that's what it's gotten. That's where it's gotten to this point of like winning a $40,000 jackpot. It was just like, I'm still $160,000 down. But anyways, the views on those videos are crazy. That's why they do it. Huh? That guy, now those guys are making money off YouTube. There's another level when you start hitting, each video you're putting out's hitting 480, 500,000, 1 million views every single video. And you're putting out, and that's the thing with them, they'll put out two or three sometimes a day. And they're getting,
and I'm not gonna hate. It's like, I'm not gonna hate on the individuals doing that, but it's like, man, it's like our priorities are fucked up, man, as a society.
And that's what's crazy. So you're looking like, okay, this guy did 2 videos today, and each video got 800,000 views over like a week period. But still, if he does, and they do this every day, this is all him and his son. And now it's kind of turned into a team. Like he sells merch in one of the casinos, and all this, like it's turned into this. I'm like, what? And you're just like watching this thing grow, but you're seeing the stream and the video and the people that are watching this. And on YouTube, it's like you can't, every time you watch it, it doesn't count as another view towards you. It only counts the one. Like, I can't sit there and watch my video 500 times and go, I got 500 views. No, it doesn't work that way.
It doesn't work that way.
So there's, legitimately 800,000 people that watch this guy gamble, in 3 days or 2 days. Like 800,000 people sat there and watched him do it. I'll do it sometimes when I'm editing because of the games. That's why I learned about all these new games and where to go to these new games because they always play the newest games and the fun ones and the fun bonuses if I go to gamble. So I know the games where I go like, oh, let's play this one. This is a fun, bonus game. But yeah, so it's like the views and the people, they love it. They love gambling videos. And there was another influencer in Vegas that used to do like the rooms and like what's going on in Vegas, restaurants. And he was like a cinema guy, like making movies and all this stuff. That's what his, gig was. He's been doing it for years before it got big. And he dumped all that and went to doing slot videos because he's getting 5 times the views on slot videos. He's like,
that's wild.
Yeah. He's like, what do you, but that's the thing. It's like, what do you do? As a content creator, that's what your livelihood is. It's like, I'm continuously making this for years and I'm just like, my numbers are like this. And I'd start he did a couple slot videos. It's like,
yeah, I know that. I know for a fact. It's like, it's kind of like my social media, writing and doing the podcasting and all that. It's done okay. I guarantee if I started doing some like crazy shit on OnlyFans, go crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know. I'd probably make more in like a month than like selling a year's worth of books or some shit.
It's crazy. It's just you got to find but then you start. But then that's where you go. It's like, okay, what do you want to do? Are you like?
I'm gonna have to do some like nasty shit, like.
Yeah, you just like are you gonna go and just be Drake and just sell it all, sell it all for everyone, or are you gonna continue to grind, and hopefully it pays off one day? That's the thing. What do you do? And most people go the way that's why they're so fucking. Most people are popular. That's why they have fans because.
But I'm not gonna hate on people. Get yours, no. Like as long as you're not like a culture vulture, you're not. If you're not, I mean, no, don't be Drake though. But
no, but I'm just saying like that style. People, you're in it for the money. You're in it for the shine. You're not really in it because you love to do it. And that's also another thing too. Is like with tattooing. Going back to that, like I'm not going to be a tattoo artist because I won't be able to do it 100%. There's just no way I could do it 100. Physically, I just can't right now. My body's so messed up from the 25 years of just killing it. So I know physically I can't, but I want to learn how to do it and do everything. But
I'll let you tattoo something on my ass.
Eventually, like I'll be able to like tat like, oh yeah, I can do it. Like I want to get to that point where I know how to set up, clean up, do all the stuff, like do everything. I'll have my machine. I'm gonna have my stuff.
What do you think about a tramp stamp?
Tramp stamp, yeah.
I heard JD Vance has a tramp stamp. I think that would be hilarious.
Does he really? I knew someone that had a tramp stamp.
Really?
I knew. I worked with him. I think you know who he might know who he is too.
You don't have to say it. Don't say his name, but
no, he was a baseball coach. He coached JVs, and then he was not our age. Obviously, he's a few years older, but he was.
Does he have an Italian name?
No.
Okay, it's not.
I don't know if he was. He coached all the way our senior year. That's he's the reason why I got a job at this place because he was a baseball coach. So he was a coach. Assistant coach when I was my senior year. So you were playing. So he would have been in the baseball world.
Okay.
But he had a tramp stamp of like it's like a skier, like a snow skier.
Oh, like the jump?
Like I think when he's skiing down or whatever. But I'm like, ooh. He was working one day. We're like, oh, he was bending over in the truck doing something. We're like, what the fuck was that? Like, oh my god! He's like,
you can't let that be known. He fucked up. I mean,
and it was known before, but no one there, I guess, really knew. I didn't know. I didn't fucking know at the time, and I've known this guy since I was in high school. Like, but it was what? I'm like, please tell me you lost a bet. Please.
Yeah. See, if I had anything down there, it would have to go up all the way. Like, it can't just be that. It's got to be like a back piece.
Yeah. I bet. Yeah. I don't know. I'll eventually tattoo. Yeah. I don't know. I have to see what I'm good at. I might be good at nothing. I'll just be all right.
Just a little one. You can do it on like a knuckle of mine.
Just do a dot. It's the whole world.
It's the world.
It's
Carl Sagan. It's way out. Well, we were gonna do top 5. We ended up talking for 56 minutes.
There were some good ones though. I did look today, and there's a lot.
There's a lot,
moments, but a lot of them are cliche. There's one that is, for sure. What? If you wanted to throw some, Miracle on the Miracle on Ice
has to be like one of the most iconic.
It's probably number one. It has to be number one.
Miracle on Ice. You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean that's Jackie Robinson.
Yeah, but that's not. I think for player. Yeah, it is. It's not saying it's not good, but I think. Yeah, it's Jackie Robinson obviously, is in there, but I think the Miracle on Ice is like it's like a world. It's like against another, like where I get it. The Race Bear, obviously, he's on the list, but number one, I don't know. Miracle on Ice is just like
Miracle on Ice is iconic,
and it obviously for us, but also like it's a kind of like a world thing. It was a world stage, it was Olympics. It was
one where the underdog, like right,
yeah, and huge underdogs. It wasn't like huge, like it was in sports world it was one of the biggest ones, and
this is back when the U.S. did not play hockey well.
no, these guys look like mechanics.
Yeah, this isn't today's day and age where you have really good hockey players, like,
and they were like, they would go would work in the off season, like they still had jobs.
Yeah,
a lot of them
right, yeah.
Yeah. But it was wild. But yeah, and then obviously what you said, Jackie Robinson breaking the
you got to have that.
Was huge.
I think when I think of like iconic sports moments, I think of Jordan flying through the air, that shot, in the finals where he hits that. I think against the Jazz, right? And he jumps up and he's pumping his fist. That fucking thing, like that's iconic.
Was the dunk? His logo. I mean,
the dunk.
That dunk. You can say that dunk is probably the most iconic dunk ever.
It has to be.
You know how much money that dunk has made? Just the logo itself, the Jordan brand itself, billions and billions of dollars.
Trillions, right? I mean, I don't know.
It's something crazy, and that logo is. You put that logo up pretty much anywhere, and someone you just know it's Jordan. It's just a Jordan. It's a shoe. It's a brand. It's literally a brand, Jordan. But yeah, definitely. There was another big one I found that I forgot about, and it's actually impressive. Is Cal Ripken Jr. breaking Lou Gehrig's record?
What's the total on that?
It was 2,100. So his record was 2,130 games.
21-30.
That's what broke the record. Cal Ripken Jr. went on to just keep going. He just said, you know what? See ya. He went 2,632 games.
2632 divided by 162. Is that what they play?
Yeah, believe it so.
That's over 16 seasons in a row without missing a game.
And it's 162 games a year. It's not like
that's impossible.
Football. Yeah, it's not like football where he's a punter and just was an amazing punter for 15 years and punted every game. Like he actually played like the game for that many years. It has to be probably one of the most iconic sports things. Also, is like to go in any sport to go that long. Well,
that's got to be one of the most impressive stats of all time.
Yeah, I think that's even more impressive than Wayne Gretzky's stats. And Wayne Gretzky has some crazy stats, and that's.
Well, didn't Ovechkin just pass him in goals?
Yeah, he broke the goals. Shout out all-time goal scorer. Ovi, the great eight. But that's what I'm saying. Who's going to break that? Who's going to break Cal Ripken Jr.'s?
Oh no, that's impossible. It's impossible.
No. And that's what I'm saying. And so that I think is going to go down as probably one of the most iconic.
16 seasons. That's fucking ridiculous. Like that's not even a.
It's ridiculous.
Unfathomable.
It's ridiculous to play 16 seasons in any professional sport. There's very few people that play
one baseball game. Like my shoulder's tired. I'm gonna sit this one out. Like there's 160 more.
That's wild. So yeah, that's I think has to be one of them.
That is iconic. That's a more in a moment though. But that's like
But when he broke that game, so yeah.
I think of like on the scale of my teams, like Carlton Fisk doing this.
Yeah, I remember that.
I think of Buckner going through his legs to.
Yeah, I thought of that too. I thought I did. I thought about the when Boston actually won it. And they I got that. I mean, finally won it.
Sweeping the Yankees after being down 3-0 is pretty iconic. To break the curse of Babe Ruth, like, what is the one where it's like the Cubs where Moises Alou is about to catch it and his own fan reaches out and knocks it away from him?
Yeah, I forget what it was, but yeah, I remember that. I mean,
that kind of shit. Iconic, I guess, in the wrong way for the worst blunder.
Michael Phelps. That was another one I found. Michael Phelps winning 8 gold medals. Like it's like crazy. 8 gold medals, and then he also set he set 4 world records also that Olympics, which is just crazy. Yeah, it's just stuff like that, like on a worldwide stage in that sport. It's just and he's a cannabis smoker.
Yeah, at one point I saw some funny meme about like the fastest human on the planet and the fastest swimmer, Usain Bolt and Michael Phelps, and it was like the best wide receiver are all like open cannabis units.
Yeah, and then they show a guy on this fucking couch with a bowl of Cheetos with the beer.
Yeah. Oh,
weed will make you lazy.
It'll make you lazy, fat.
Anything will make you lazy if you're lazy.
But
so Phelps is crazy.
Chastain came to mind, ripping off the jersey.
Oh yeah. I saw that. Yeah, I was looking through stuff.
I think it's World Cup, right?
Oh, there's one.
Oh, my neighbor just dropped her trash can and all the trash is in the fucking street. It sucks.
Sucks.
It's like not even in the bags anymore. It's everywhere.
That pisses me off. The one though that I guarantee you didn't think of, and it was a huge, huge moment. And you know what it is. Like once I say, be like, oh yeah, was when Eddie Bravo beat Royler Gracie in Brazil.
Sure.
When he tapped, not just beat him in point, like he tapped Royler Gracie. And in the jiu-jitsu world, that was like, what the fuck just happened?
Was it a triangle?
Yeah, he caught him in a triangle. It was like 9 minutes in. 9 minutes of them rolling and stuff.
They didn't move for a while either, right? This was like they were stuck in one position for a while.
Yeah, they were in the guard, and then Royler passed guard and got side control, and then Eddie, what did he do? He did the jailbreak. He jailbreak back in rubber guard, and then I just don't think Royler at the time, because rubber guard was, it was kind of, not the main thing it is now, a stream.
Mm-hmm.
made a mistake, one mistake, and then boom, it was like triangle, and then made him tap like 8 times too.
Oh, really?
It's like he's like, I wasn't letting go till there was like no way, like no, you tap, but like making sure that not like I didn't tap, like oh no, yeah. But that one was like, and that world was just huge, and that was, gosh, when was that? That was a long time ago. But then from that though, in that world, in that martial arts world was like what, like an untouchable, like a guy that just got tapped, and to get tapped. Not to lose by points or stall or like
right,
to quit, to give up and tap, say I'm done, was like holy shit, like, or else he was going out. Eddie would have put him out. It was wild, because then from there 10 Planet Jiu-Jitsu was born. Literally that was the birthday of 10 Planet Jiu-Jitsu, because after that's when he opened his schools, and now he has schools all over the world. But then that moment, in that time of that, in that mixed martial arts world, that was like
Eddie Bravo's a weirdo, dude.
He's always been crazy.
He's crazy,
dude. He's like a flat earther crazy.
Flat earther, right? Like the earth is flat.
Flat earther crazy. Like, he's
really?
Conspiracy. There's no comedian, Sam Tripoli. They have a conspiracy podcast they did years and years and years ago, and I used to listen. They're crazy. He has a band too. He was actually into music. His passion is music, and he's one of those guys. Like I said, there's those guys those are the type of people that don't necessarily, I'm going to say there's athletes that, like professional athletes, that do not like what they do. Because like he's kind of like that. Like their passion is like another thing, but they're just so fucking good at this.
Like
they can make millions of dollars.
The Joker.
Yeah. The same thing. Like, don't really like, I hate basketball. Don't like it. Like whatever. It's fun to play, whatever. But I love horses and I love training horses, but I can make hundreds of millions of dollars doing this for half this year, and then I get to do this, what I love,
and he gets to retire at.
He is 100% gonna. He'll be like me. He'll bounce way before.
He'll be like Barry Sanders, right? Like out early.
Like, dude, I'm out. 43 years old. I'm out. I'm retiring. He's gonna be the same thing, and go enjoy life.
He's not gonna be no LeBron.
No, go enjoy life. That's what he's gonna do. He don't give a shit about basketball. Well, what legacy? No. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. What do I care? It's fucking basketball. That's the crazy part, is how much weight people put on sports. It fucking just irritates me when someone's like baseball, like, oh, should Pete Rose be in the Hall of Fame, or should Barry Bonds be in who gives a shit? It's a fucking sports Hall of Fame that means absolutely fucking nothing. It's like, who cares? It's the American pastime. I fucking hate America's pastime. It sucks. Have you fucking read a history book, motherfucker? It's like, but it's just stupid how much like sports, like we put on sports, like it's this end all be all shit with stuff. Like, he cannot be in the Hall of Fame. The Hall of Fame of what? Who cares? The Hall of Fame is nothing. It's nothing.
It's people in the Hall of Fame probably played before they let black people play.
Yeah, it's a fucking Hall of Fame of nothing. Oh, you're in the Hall of Fame. Who cares? Like, it's just it's an acknowledgement. Like, oh, I was a great player.
To quote Happy Gilmore, gold jacket, green jacket, who gives a shit?
Yeah. Like, I was watching The Accountant 2 the other day, and like his brother, whatever movie, but his brother has like this Rolex. He's like looking at it and like, well, yeah, you don't got a Rolex like me. And like, well, he's like, what do you think Dad would have said about this? He's like, my watch says the same time,
Yeah,
fucking both. It's the who cares? Like, it's just.
I've never understood the watch thing. Like
the watch thing, it's that's the thing too. I actually,
I'm like,
it's more. It's a thing. It's more. I would love one day. See, also the watch world's different though. That's hard because watch world. That's a whole other podcast. That's an investment. You got to watch watches. Yeah, no. Yeah. When you're and I'm not talking like, oh, I like watches. I've always have. I have a few watches, but I buy watches because I like them. And my watches are nothing like, they're not investment watches. They're just watches that I like. I'm talking like Rolexes. Once you buy a Rolex, almost every time, as soon as you buy that thing, if you take care of it, just keep it nice. Take care of it, keep the box, keep everything. You buy it for $10,000. In 5 years, it'll be worth, more. You're not going to lose money on that. And that's the thing with most things you buy, like high end, you lose money right away once you buy it. It just drops. The value is just gone.
Yeah.
Watches, things like that, no, because it's an art. How they're made, they're handmade. They're like it is. They're So
that's what I'm saying. I don't get it. Like I know like the different materials you use, the different science behind it. Yeah, I have no idea.
Perpetuated watches, like John Mayer's huge. I know he's a huge watch guy, like big, like him Ed Sheeran. Big time. Like no, they're like watches are $500,000-$600,000 watches and stuff. Patek Philippe and watches and once you get into those, that's what I'm saying. But they'll buy like a watch that comes out, and those Patek Philippe's, I think they're called. Like if you had the money,
Patek Philippe,
Patek Philippe. But like, there's John Mayer, like in like Citizen or Casio has a John Mayer kind of watch. He's huge. I didn't realize
Philippe.
Is that in there? Did you see it? I think that's how you say it.
Patek, yeah. That's I'm holy shit.
Philippe, yeah. I mean, those watches, those right there. Now, if you're in there, so this is the thing with the watch world. And this is why I like them. You will never know how much that watch is worth if someone's wearing that watch. You know what I mean? This watch right here, if someone's wearing this watch, 99.9% of people are not going to like that watch right there. It's not like, hey, look at me. It's not like a Lamborghini. It's not like, that's what I'm saying. That's why I like watches. If you know, and that's it. And there's very, very
like if you saw that, you'd be like, "Oh, that's dope." You'd know what's up.
Yeah, like, "Oh, that's a nice watch." The guy that wears that's not wearing that watch to show you how much money he has. He's wearing that watch because it's like that watch right there. That looks like every other fucking watch you see. Now, like, put up like buy or price or for one of these watches because I don't even know if they have a price on their website.
I doubt they're even gonna have a fucking price.
No, like you and I can't get one of these from them. We have to be. It's like, you have to.
I'm going to go with the Calatrava collection here. We're going to go Calatrava.
They probably won't even have prices on these.
No.
Yeah. You're going to have to private market. Patek Philippe. That watch. That's what I'm saying. So with these watches like this, you don't know this guy's wearing $1 million on his wrist because he's not going to tell you he has that money. People that have money don't tell you they have money. This is how they tell you. And it's such a small club of people that know that someone that's walking by on the street is going to rip off a guy with a $15,000.
Damn. This says, according to this site.
Oh, yeah. These are some older ones, I think. Yeah, the new ones are
thousands. Man. Well, this one said.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, the new ones.
$156,000.
Yeah, and there's more than that on a lot of them. But that's
I'm just going to click buy and see what happens. Should I do a wire transfer?
Wire transfer. But like saying, if you could afford that watch, you buy it for $150,000. It's going to be worth $160,000 in a year or two. And you will. The crazy thing is, you will find a buyer for that watch. There are people out there. They don't make 25,000, 100,000 of those watches. They're not like that. They're all handmade. So, and a lot of them are. The ones that are going for like 1.5 million, 1.3, there's one-offs. They're just one. That's just one they make, and that's it. That's why they're like 3 million.
One of one?
Some of them that they make specifically for somebody. Like Ed Sheeran has specific ones made that are made for them. Like, and those come on the market sometimes. They'll get rid of them. But yeah, that watch world. That's why I said the watch world is a sticky one because, like I said, it's different than like the luxury car market. Like you're buying a crazy if you're buying a Lamborghini, you're buying it because you want everyone to say, "Hey, look at me, I'm buying a Lamborghini."
It's probably because you're going through a midlife crisis.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I always think.
Those cars. But then if you drive like a Nissan GTR, it looks just like any other car. It'll drive by, you won't even know, but that car will eat a fucking Lamborghini. The car. That's what I'm just saying. One just looks like, hey, look at me. The other one's like,
it's your favorite car's favorite car.
Yeah.
The Lamborghini's favorite car is the Nissan.
Yeah. Godzilla. Yeah. But it's like, so then that's what's hard in that watch world because it's actually like an investment world, but you have to get to a certain level. And I'm not at that level. I'm not at the. But
maybe when Houndstooth blows up.
Yeah, at one point I do want to get a nice. At one point I want to get a nice watch. Like I'd love to have a nice watch. It's not something I wear. I wear this damn thing all the time. Apple Watch. I wear this.
Yeah, I never wear a watch.
I have a couple nice watches, and they're not near any of that. Not near any of that.
It's not a Patek.
No, I'm about, if it's 150,000, yeah, 90% less than that. But it's a different world. But yeah, that's why I said that's a whole different world. That's a whole different money. That's fuck you money.
Yeah, fuck you money is different.
Yeah, those are the people that pay. The people that run around saying they have money. The people that wear those watches are the ones that pay them. Those guys, like, here, I'm paying you this. That they're the guys that are those guys' boss. Like, they're the ones that are making Google bucks.
The money. Yeah. All right, dog. Well, we'll catch you next time. Catch you on the flip.
Oh, flip it.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Cool.